Hello and welcome to July Empowerment. I am so excited to dive into these energies that are flowing in. We're going to get started here. I just want to thank you so much for joining me. If you're returning, welcome back. If this is your first month exploring the Empowerment Pack, welcome. What we're going to do here is touch a little bit on the aspects that are coming up, the altar elements that I have chosen, the words that I've channeled for us to focus on this month. As we can see, it is a very busy altar with our color, crystal, spirit, animal energies that have come forward to guide us through this month ahead. We'll be getting into those in a few moments, but first, we'll talk about these aspects. I'm going to touch a little bit on the astrology and the channeled words, as I mentioned, and then we are going to get into these cards that you see here before we dive into your personal month ahead energies. So this is a busy month. There's a lot happening. The lunar nodes are changing signs. Venus is stationing retrograde, joining the other 3 planets already in retrograde. So all of this cosmic energy is really creating a turning point in the energy of our year. So we could really find ourselves needing some more patience. The desire to pause and reflect may certainly be growing for us, which is actually perfect with these retrograde energies, this pause and reflect. And just as I hit record, I flipped over the gorgeous Monarch Manifestor deck that we are tuning into this month, and the card Patience came up. And so as I look at the message for patience, following these spiritual breadcrumbs we cannot make up, I just posted a little Throwback Thursday reel as I was getting ready to come in here. It was Blondie, The Tide is High, and the message was, what is meant for you will not pass you by. And my words are basically what are in this book. So as I share here for you the message of patience, perhaps something we need a triple nod on here as we get into this month. So it says, after you've created your wish list and have hung your vision board, you may wonder what comes next. The waiting period following your visualization takes a significant amount of patience from you. It may be challenging to be patient when you cannot see exactly how the events will unfold for you. You may want to know the outcome. You want to know how it all happens, and you want to know when. You must sit back and wait for the universe to decide the how. Your job is to pay attention to the signs and synchronicities and to make moves toward your goals as you are shown the pathways from the universe. Now is the time for you to be patient. Continue your visualization practices and remain optimistic that everything is working out perfectly. And to that I add, in divine timing, right? The ebbs and the flows. So we're going to have this energy of the sea, of the changing and shifting tides, of feeling into the energies of what is coming up, washing up on our shores, what is left when the tide recedes, because these are all the jewels and treasures that are coming up for us to reflect upon. So, really we're having this opportunity to move through the challenges with a sense of surrender, a sense of just releasing and relinquishing any tight hold or control, allowing the opportunities for deeper opening and awakenings to come in for us. And so, with all of those aspects, and we'll talk about the astrology in a moment, July could feel a little heavy at times because of this. However, the universe is here to lend its support and does offer some of those lighter vibrations too. So we're going to feel into the highs, the lows, and how we can best flow with it all. So let's take a look at the channeled words that have come forward for us. So here we have Ride the Waves, and I really was thinking about the best way to succinctly state what I was feeling, this energy that started coming in for me last week. Because I was getting out my beachy, I do not live by the sea, by the way. I wish I did. So I'm one of those people that has out like all these seashells and nautical things for the summer when I actually don't live near the beach. So I'm vicariously living through those who do. But it's in my heart, that's for sure. And so I have this sign that it says, happiness comes in waves, and so too does every emotion, does every aspect that we move through. And so as I was feeling into that energy, the rising and the falling, I came across some really beautiful words starting here. Healing comes in waves, and I am allowed to feel every rise and every fall of my tide. So, just being aware of the impermanence of all things, right? And these moments, the high highs, the low lows, and everything in between, riding the waves. And I thought that was just such a beautiful way to look at the volatility sometimes and the, again, impermanence of the energies that we're moving through right now. In the same vein as to everything, there is a time and a season. We feel into this energy, the symbolism of riding the waves. Healing comes in waves. Progress comes in waves. Grief comes in waves. Creativity comes in waves. Growth comes in waves. Happiness comes in waves. Trust the journey. So recognizing that at all times, we are where we are meant to be. And again, what is meant for me will not pass me by, that it is all in divine timing. And here is where we can come to that place where we can reflect upon all that has come to pass and see perhaps how it actually unfolded just as it was intended, and ultimately for our highest and best good. Here also are the healing energy sprays that I brought in. Number one, the water element for flow and really bringing in that clarifying, cleansing aspect of water. I have the white light Merkaba energy spray, as well as Bluebell Bridge for loss and grief. And that is because as these things come up, as these things surface, we are conceivably going to be moving through releasing and letting go for things which there may be aspects of loss and grief that bubble up to the surface, whether it is our own or collective or both, that we are moving, that we are clearing. So these are some of the energies that are also here to support us throughout this month. I know it's a big one, it's deep, there's a lot happening, so I look forward to riding the waves with you as we navigate this month ahead. Thank you so much again for being here. I'm very, very grateful for each and every one of you. Sending you much love and many blessings. We'll talk soon.